6-inning games typically, and on a field that has 225-foot dimensions, and every player on every team plays in every game. We're 2 games in, one that is finished, one that is ongoing, and in the first game of the day right here at Volunteer Stadium, Honolulu, Hawaii, they got down 1-0 early on against Manchester, Connecticut, but then the bats erupted and they got a gem from their starting pitcher, Ryan Keanu, who was excellent on the mound in the 9-1 victory. And then a game that's going on right now at Lamade Stadium over on ESPN in the bottom of the 8th inning. Again, these are 6-inning games, Nolensville, Tennessee, and Hamilton, Ohio, and we are told that that game may at some point end at some point. So 4 of our 16 teams playing already, 4 more today, the other 8 tomorrow. 2 will advance out of each of these brackets, and we'll get the final 4 a couple of weekends from now. So with all that, we say hello and thanks for joining us with the former big leaguer Xavier Scruggs. Mike Monaco with you. Sebastian Salazar joins us in a moment. And X, it's going to be busy here over the next week and a half until we crown a champion in 10 days. Oh, my
goodness. You're absolutely right. I'm already having so much fun. We've only done 1 game together, but it's great to see all the athletes out here on the field playing amazing defense. They're swinging the bats. The pitching has been great. I'm excited to see more and more of this. It's been fun to watch.
We got 2 really good teams coming up right here. Let's start with New Jersey, because we told you they've got really good history at this event. This city has been now at the Little League World Series 5 different times, Toms River, and then Toms River East. This Little League has 4 of those 5 appearances, and most notably, of course, the 1998 team that won the Little League World Series. They were led by eventual Big League All-Star Todd Frazier, and oh, by the way, his nephew Carson is on this team.
Yes, this is a team I got to see a lot of during the regional, and Carson Frazier, a kid that has some serious juice. Look at this swing right here. He knows how to use the whole field, though. His balanced approach is way beyond a lot of the kids his age. I think he does a nice job of letting the ball travel, and look at him. He just has so much fun when he's out there. It's fun to see him do his thing.
Todd is in the building. We're going to hear from him as well. And for more on New Jersey, let's go down to Sebastian Salazar.
Look, guys, there's no doubt about it. A huge part of the experience here in Williamsport is having fans to support you. Now, we won't have the general public here this year because of COVID-19 restrictions, but that doesn't mean that the kids, especially this group from Toms River, New Jersey, won't be well supported. It's about a 4-hour drive, and plenty of folks have made it. Now, we know each of these teams gets about 250 passes for friends, family to come. Well, the folks from Toms River, New Jersey, they took up 244 of those passes. It's a very close-knit group. A lot of these kids have been playing together since they were 8 years old, and they are ready to rock the green today here in Williamsport.
How about that? Just a half dozen to spare. They go up against Nebraska, who is already digging into this underdog role, and they're making some history being here.
Yeah, the funny thing is it doesn't matter if you're considered an underdog here, because every team has earned their respect just to get here. Nebraska is going to have to come into this thing with the same confidence they've had that got them here, and they continue to do the little things right. They'll find themselves in a good position to go pretty far in this tournament.
Well, it's day 1 here in Williamsport. We've got 1 game finished, 1 game going on, and game 3 is about to get started with first pitch when we come back.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile, the leader in 5G, and in part by Honda.
Game 3 coming up down here at Volunteer Stadium. Toms River, New Jersey, serving as the road team. Sebastian told you about those who have made the trip. We know there are watch parties going on back at Burger 25 and Rivoli's Restaurant. And let's introduce you to the kids from New Jersey.
My name is Christopher Tenero. My favorite food is steak.
My name is Max Micah, and my favorite actor is Kevin Hart.
My name's Steven Mulatto. My favorite dessert is chocolate chip cookies.
My name's Dominic Sabatino, and my favorite baseball team is the New York Mets.
My name's Cole Garrison, and my favorite emoji is the laughing emoji.
My name is Carson Frazier, and my favorite player is Pete Alonso.
My name is Karen Cimarelli, and my favorite dessert is a Cinnabon.
My name's Adrian Bellotti, and my favorite baseball player is Giancarlo Stanton.
My name's Dale McQueen, and I like the Yankees.
My name's Thomas Indatola, and my favorite baseball player is Manny the Man Machado.
My name is Dominic Roma, and my favorite actor is Adam Sandler.
My name is Jason Verderosa, and my favorite actor is Will Ferrell.
My name is Joey DeMaio, and my favorite team is New York Yankees.
So some Yankees, some Mets in there for the kids from New Jersey as they square off with this Hastings, Nebraska team. Hastings Baseball Little League, which came out of the Midwest region as the champions there, knocking off South Dakota. And in this game, their first one of the tournament, they send the big old right-hander Hunter Nepple to the bump.
Yeah, Hunter Nepple, he's going to have to really command the strike zone. Get a little bit of those nerves out of the way early by throwing strikes, making sure you're getting ahead in the count, and then putting guys away. Using the defense will be important for him today.
He is 6 feet tall. He is tied for being the tallest player here with a guy from Louisiana. He's one of the two biggest around, and Tim Kirchen, who's not with us for this game, he and I looking up at all those guys, X.
Yeah, that can be intimidating for some of these hitters who are a little bit smaller, and most notably Stephen Mulatto, who will get this thing going on their side.
It's been a long summer journey for all these teams, and this is the pinnacle. Being here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Volunteer Stadium is the site, Nebraska and New Jersey. Thanks a lot, Carl. We welcome those of you joining us on ESPN. We are one batter, one pitch underway in the third game of the Little League World Series after a thriller there up at Labadee Stadium. Ohio and Tennessee going extras. It's an Ohio 1-0 win. Xavier Scruggs, Mike Monaco up in the booth. Sebastian Salazar is roaming the sidelines and the stands here. We've got New Jersey and Nebraska X, and this should be fun.
Oh yeah, this is going to be too much fun, especially for us getting to watch these guys go at it. Such talented young players. And Stephen Mulatto already got it going. First pitch hack and base hit.
New Jersey serving as the road team. Mulatto had the single. He's the third baseman and leadoff hitter for this Toms River, New Jersey squad. And now one of their stars, Joey DeMaio, you saw, the shortstop for New Jersey, stands in facing Hunter Nepple, the Hastings, Nebraska starting pitcher. Staying alive.
And you don't have to listen too closely to hear Nepple popping the glove already. He has a pretty strong fastball. That thing is exploding out of his hand.
The 6-foot right-hander with another 2-2. And this is lifted and tailing foul down the line. What you will hear as well is the microphone on home plate umpire Brian Henry. It is very neat to pick up all the sounds you get around these venues.
Yeah, that's the great thing, is you just never know, especially with the kids. You never know what you're going to hear these days.
2-2 again. Mayo fouls off another.
And the approach that Stephen Mulatto took, that's the approach that some of these guys have to have, especially with the harder thrower on the mound. Try to get going a little bit earlier with your load, get your foot down, and get the barrel out.
This will see a 9th pitch of this AB as DeMaio tries to adjust to what you're talking about against Nepple.
Yeah, and I got to see New Jersey in their regional and got a good amount of opportunity to see the way that they fight at the plate. These guys do not go down easy. They will always contend at the plate, looking to put the ball in play.
Full count. And runners take it off for second. Mulatto will get there. Now, there were so many foul balls, I think Joey DeMaio thought it had been a full count before that pitch.
Yeah, he started walking, I think they were looking at the scoreboard, which home plate umpire says there were a ball ahead.
I mean, you can understand it the way this at bat was going, a lengthy one. Now the 3-2, and that is served foul.
Yeah, DeMeo doing a nice job of battling. That not only helps himself see more pitches, but also helps the guys coming up next, the guy on deck, the guy in the hole. Anytime you get your team to see more pitches from the pitcher, you have an opportunity to understand and recognize those pitches earlier once you get up to bat.
The 11th pitch is yanked for ball 4, and the first 2 are on for New Jersey.
Throw me that bat. Come on, kid. Nobody better, right, Carson?
So there are 2 on, and it brings up Carson Frazier, who, yes, if you haven't heard by now, he is the nephew of the 2-time Big League All-Star, the Home Run Derby champion, Todd Frazier, who is in the building and we were chatting with between games.
Yeah, we got to talk to him a little bit, and I played against Todd in the major leagues, and the one thing that runs deep in those genes is the power. I've already seen it on display in the regional, and the one thing about Carson too is he has a really balanced approach at the plate. I like how patient he is a lot of the times.
He had a big swing in the regional tournament out of the Mid-Atlantic for this Toms River, New Jersey team to clinch a spot here, because every region sent the champion and the runner-up to make up the 16 teams here. No international teams due to COVID this year at the Little League World Series. 2-2.
Yeah, in this situation here, 2-2, you're not thinking so much big swing now, right? You're thinking, okay, how am I going to get a ball that I can hit up the middle, stay balanced with my approach, don't think pull. I got to try to find a way to drive that runner in.
Nepple instead goes upstairs for the first out. All right, so now that Ohio, Tennessee is done, this game continues on ESPN. And for those of you on E2, Around the Horn is next. So 1 down for Hunter Nepple, doing a good job there, elevating against Frazier. He's got a couple more outs he'll try to get. Now facing the cleanup hitter and the catcher for New Jersey, Jason Verderosa.
And one thing we're seeing early with Nepple, he's not afraid to go inside with that fastball, and we know he likes to use it up as well.
Boy, as you said, you can hear it popping the mitt.
Yeah, that's definitely a sign of when somebody's bringing some heat, Mike.
He's going to turn 13 in September. He gets a ground ball foul.
Coach over there showing off the hands. Nice play.
That's assistant coach Patty Matera. It's going to be fun listening into him throughout the day. They'll appeal down to first and no swing.
Verderosa does a nice job of being able to hold up here. Sometimes that can be tough, right? You make a decision, yes, 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 no, and stop at the last second. Nice job to hold up there.
Strike 3 called. Nepple paints, and he's got back-to-back punch-outs.
Not only does he have that heat, he has the ability to hit that outside corner right there with that fastball over there. Paint, look at Picasso for strike 3 right there.
This guy pitched 13 2/3 in the regional for Hastings, Nebraska, and he struck out 21, and he didn't give up an earned run.
Well, now I can understand a little bit more why, because he does a nice job of commanding both sides. A lot of times at this age, you don't see guys commanding the inner half and the outer half.
Working away there to the 5-hole hitter for New Jersey, Cole Garrison, who we will see in the next half inning pitching for Toms River. Flared foul beyond first.
Another thing too with Nepple, it looks like his ball has some movement, some late life on it, and that can always be tough as a hitter, especially when you're trying to make a decision right out of hand, and hard to put barrel on something that has that late movement at the last second.
He's trying to leave 2. His 1-2 is cut on and missed. Hunter Nepple comes back with 3 straight strikeouts, and he bounds off the mound. Nebraska is coming up after this for the first time. Hastings, Nebraska, about 90 minutes west or southwest of Lincoln, Nebraska. It's where Kool-Aid was invented as well back in the 1920s. And let's meet the kids from Hastings, Nebraska.
My name is Braden Dyer, and my favorite food is ribs.
My name is Jude Johnson, and my favorite actor is Adam Sandler.
My name is Caleb Reiners, and my favorite baseball player is Francisco Lindor. My name is Cohen Rader, and my favorite baseball team is the Atlanta Braves.
My name is Owen Ablett, and my favorite emoji is the laughing, crying one.
My name is Jim McCoy, and my favorite team is the Los Angeles Angels.
My name is Owen Brown, and my favorite athlete is Salvador Perez.
My name is Peyton Drake, and my favorite subject in school is PE.
My name is Hunter Nepple, and my favorite band is AC/DC.
My name is Ben Mobles, and my favorite actor is Adam Sandler.
Yeah, the intros are a little shorter for Nebraska. They only have 10 players on their roster, but they are mighty and they are here in Williamsport coming up for the first time as they match up with New Jersey, who sends Cole Garrison to the mound, a 12-year-old with the nickname Coltrane.
Coltrane, another good strike thrower. He likes to play the Xbox with friends. I'm all about gaming. I wonder if he could beat me in the show. There's no chance, right?
Got to get the gamer tags circulating. Well, it is quite a scene, as it always is for X and myself. Our first times here, an absolute pleasure just in the first 24 hours or so that we've been here.
Yeah, I think the one thing that stuck out to me already is the defense, how good a defense these guys are playing, but then also their ability to handle the bat and go the other way with pitches. I've been really impressed with the way that they've been able to handle the stick.
Oh, the bat's coming here for Nebraska. Owen Ablett, Cohen Rader, and Hunter Nepple, the top three in the Hastings lineup. Garrison's first, and on the ground to short to Joey DeMeo. He's got a big arm over there, and he retires Ablett.
Yeah, sharply hit ball, but a nice job at DeMeo to stay with it. Didn't field it cleanly at first, but then was able to keep it in front and did a nice job of staying composed, making a strike throw over to first base to get that first out.
To your point on the defense, X, I mean, it's just fun watching these shortstops and these middle infielders work. We were sitting between games eating lunch with Tim Kirchen, and we were still marveling, all three of us and Sebastian, looking up at the game at Lamade Stadium and the plays being made there as well.
Yeah, it just tells you how detailed and how focused they are when it comes to taking ground balls, when it comes to making the plays and transfers and good throws.
To short again. DeMeo from his backside, he'll pocket that. And Cohen Rader is aboard for Nebraska. Well, there's 8 different regions across the United States. We told you the champion and the runner-up advances. And for Nebraska, they went 4-1 in Whitestown, Indiana, just near Indianapolis. And they are the Midwest Regional champions. They took down South Dakota in shutout fashion on Saturday. So pitcher on pitcher here. This is Hunter Nepple going first pitch swinging. Home plate umpire Brian Henry has now met Jason Verderosa. Math whiz Hunter Nepple. Pulled beyond third, and that'll dump down for a base hit. Rader goes to third, and Nebraska's got him at the corners.
Get ready to go. Let's catch him off guard.
A nice base hit by Nepple, but then even better
Good
base
hustle.
runner.
Good hustle.
Base running going first to third by Rader. As soon as he's rounding second, he can see the ball land in front of him. He knows where it's at, knows how long it's going to take the left fielder to get to the ball, makes his decision early and books it. Nice slide into the third.
Brings up Owen Brown, the catcher. And this one gets to the backstop. Here comes Cohen Rader, and Nebraska strikes first.
And you have to credit Rader from going first to third, making sure he got himself on third base, less than 2 outs. Now when that pass ball does happen, he's able to score easily and puts his team on the board. First run for Nebraska.
And for their manager, Dustin Rader, who is expressive. He will be fun to watch. Gets by Mulatto and DeMeo. Nepple rounds third, and then he slips.
On the base, on the base, on the
They
base.
throw to third, and he's safe. What a scramble that was.
Gosh, that's my bad, man, here. You all right?
A lot of action on that play. Tough play, first of all, for DeMeo and Mulatto, trying to figure out who was going to get to this ball. Little miscommunication there, and then we get Nepple on the way to third and just happens to slip around at third base. Nice job of him getting back up, getting to third base quickly.
Okay? Simple. Calm down. You all right? Calm down. You guys nervous? Come on, take a round. This is great. You're on national TV playing baseball. Let's have some fun, okay? Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Patty Matera's got the perspective.
No,
he knows the television designations as well, and he's got the manners for the umpires.
Yeah, he does a great job. You know, first and foremost, understanding the situation, knowing that his team probably does need a breather. There's going to be nerves coming into this first game. So any way possible he can to calm his guys down, he does a nice job of that.
So 2 aboard here for Nebraska with a run already in. And now the 5-hole hitter, the second baseman, Jude McCoy.
Here McCoy just thinking about putting the ball in play, not trying to do too much. Middle is back, corners are in. So trying to think, stay up the middle.
Five batters and only 9 pitches already for Cole Garrison.
Yeah, it tells you what the approach is for Nebraska. Get the swings off early. Get something early in the zone and don't be afraid to take a hack.
This is a hack that is popped up in foul ground, and Mulatto can't get there.
And I think that's one way, too, to kind of slow down the nerves is just like, don't think too much, right? Get up there and be ready to hit. And I think that's the same to be said at almost at any level, right? Just you don't know which pitch is going to be your best pitch, so be ready early to swing the bat.
Well, Jude McCoy has been a guy described by his coaches as having one of the biggest hearts on the team. Takes a ball. Dustin Rader, the manager, said this guy would give anyone the shirt off his back. He is a true team player. One, two now. Good block by the catcher, Verderosa. Brown does move up, but that is a heck of a stop.
It's a nice job keeping that ball in front. See him move to the right. Very nimble, quick on his feet. Get another look at this curveball in the dirt. Moves over, blocks it perfectly right in the chest. Keeps it in front, saves a run from coming across home.
Blocks another one.
That's textbook right there. And important with 2 strikes and the runner on third. You always have to keep that ball in front.
And when a catcher can block like that, it inspires confidence in your pitcher to go to whatever he wants.
Absolutely.
3-2 now. And that's outside, and they're loaded for Nebraska.
I've never seen a kid more excited to walk right there. He was juiced. But it tells you how important each base runner is in this situation. Keeping the inning going, being patient at the plate. It's a nice job right there.
So McCoy coaxes that, and they are loaded now for Ben Wibbles. Taking strike one.
Check out where Tenaro's playing here in right field. He's almost pretty close to the line. If I'm a hitter, I'm thinking that right center field gap, that thing is wide open right now.
For a guy who swung it well in the regionals, and Wibbles fouls that one off.
And you don't have to necessarily do anything different to your swing to think a certain gap. He's already throwing hard enough to let the ball get a little bit deeper. Just the big thing is don't try to pull. Especially with infield in. You don't want to try to pull anything because it's easiest for third base and shortstop to make a play.
Cole Garrison's 0-2. On the ground to second. Micah bobbles, comes to the plate. Safe is the call. They say Verderosa was off of the plate with his right foot, and a run scores to make it 2-0 Nebraska.
Yeah, and it was a nice job of Micah to stay with this ball. We see it come to him. He bobbles it a little bit, still makes a good throw to home. It looked like Verderosa's foot just came off a home plate. Just a tad there, and allows the runner to score.
Now, if you're new to the Little League World Series, there is video replay. Managers get a couple. So instead of 1-0, 2 outs, it's 2-0, 1 out. And Nebraska is still threatening for more. Batter is Jude Johnson.
You see the infield is still in here. They're looking to cut down the runner at home once again. Anything hitting the infield, they're coming home.
Mulatto comes home to get the force, down to first, not in time. Trying to get 2.
Yeah, nice job of Mulatto making sure he stayed down on the ball, securing 1 out first by making a strong throw home. You see the hop, he stays down on it, fires a great throw to home. They try to get the runner over at first base as well in Wibbles, but they didn't get him.
Nicely done by Mulatto, and now the 8th Hastings, Nebraska hitter to come up is their center fielder, Braden Dyer. Strike one.
Dyer has some good speed, so you'll see Mulatto over there at third base a little bit up on the grass just in case there's a bunt, and it allows him to get to the ball earlier so he can make a throw over to first base if he's getting down the line.
How good a nickname is that? The Beehive for Braden Dyer.
I love it, and he's got some flow coming out the back of that helmet too.
The lettuce is well harvested. Cole Garrison's 0-2. Popped up. Foul ground. Dominic Roma makes the play, and the inning is over. Nebraska gets 2, but Garrison and New Jersey leave them loaded with Nebraska. Some of the headlines here at the Little League Baseball World Series. Ella Bruning will become the 20th female to play here in Williamsport tomorrow for Texas. We told you about Carson Frazier. Tennessee was already in action with Nolan Brown, who was a star in the Southeast Regional. And then UNIX are excited to see this guy, Gavin Weir, tomorrow for South Dakota.
So great to see these kids doing what they do, and you talk about the headlines. All of these kids really deserve to be a headline. Just the opportunity to be here and show all of their talents out here on the field. And then look at those fans. The family is so pumped. What an amazing event to be out here right now.
Sebastian told us about the trek from New Jersey. A little longer for Hastings, Nebraska. It's over 1,200 miles away, about 19, 20 hours if you want to drive it. They've got the lead as we start the second. New Jersey coming back up, beginning with Chris Tenero, the right fielder. Chris was relaying to us one of the key superstitions, fun team bonding things that New Jersey's got cooking. They've got a home run chain, the ice chain that you saw in the regionals.
I did see that. It's amazing to see what these kids come up with, and it just makes it so much more fun when they have something like that. Even the celebrations when they get a hit. So much fun to see them doing some of the same things that we see today in the major leagues now.
Yeah, who doesn't have a home run prop, a run scoring prop, or in a case like this, giving it out to player of the game, that sort of thing, whatever it is.
I'm sure some of the major leaguers are going to take some away from the Little League World Series and try to figure out what can we implement in ours.
Yeah, did you have any of that when you were playing?
You know, we had some of those celebrations, the double celebrations. You know, some of the ones where you get a big base hit. You know, some type of fist pump, some type of. I like the Braves chop.
Yeah.
You know, so there's always something that you can implement in there. It's always fun, man.
Comes in 0-2. And a strikeout for Hunter Neppel, who's got 4 Ks in a row for Nebraska. Find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the official handles @LittleLeague. Follow the action and join the conversation with the hashtag LLWS. One away, and it brings up Dominic Roma, and it clips off the glove of Neppel, and a bare hand throw is not in time from McCoy to get Roma.
McCoy was going up the middle toward this ball. If we see him, he took a step to the right and then contorts his body once making this bare hand throw in the air. Sidearms it. Check this out here. He's in the air, sidearms it. Nice throw, but just beats it out as Roma over there at first base.
So a knock for Roma before Max Micah bats. That's Dustin Rader, the manager for Nebraska, chatting with Brian Henry, and they want to look.
Yeah, that's the one thing, you know, on these Little League fields, they're bang plays so many times. And it looks like Roma was just able to get across the bag in time. You see that left foot hit before that ball hits the glove of Ablett.
X, isn't that one of the things that stands out to you? I mean, you were just saying it, that if you haven't been watching a lot of Little League, or maybe you're removed from the game as a fan out there and you haven't been going to your own family members' Little League games, anything on the infield happens so quickly for these infielders and these runners coming out of the box.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing, is how quick their reactions are.
Call confirmed, safe over at first.
Yeah, you have to react, be fast to react, make strong, good throws, because every play almost seems bang, just how quick and how short the base paths are compared to the major leagues.
And knowing how hard it is, Roma's dancing over there at first. He's feeling pretty good, and why not, as he gets aboard for New Jersey here in the second. So Max Micah, the batter, a guy they call Money Max because he always makes the play.
Money Max. And I think that's another thing too, is these guys are so confident on defense as well. They know they're going to make the plays. I think back to when I was 11 and 12 years old, I think I was still almost scared to hit the ball at that time, you know, whether it be first base, whether it be outfield.
Coming right at McCoy. Gets the force, and nicely done by Jude McCoy with one coming right at him.
Exactly. Those are the Rockets that I was more scared of at that age, but these guys handle it with no problem. Nice job of McCoy staying with that ball. Sometimes that hard hit ball too will knuckle a little bit and it'll have movement coming towards you. So making sure you're staying with it with your eyes and then securing the catch with your glove can be tough sometimes.
Kalen Cimarelli, foul off the end of the bat.
Come on, Steven.
Now, it's a foul ball. A little confusion on the New Jersey side. The on-deck hitter, Steven Mulatto, was eager to get his hacks in.
He was ready. That's how I was sometimes with the lefty on the mound who was leaving balls up. I was running to go get the bat.
You know your splits. It's such a fun brand of baseball to watch. The 12-year-old Cimarelli waiting on the 0-2. And a comebacker at Hunter Nepple, who recovers to get the out. And hopefully he's all right. He stood in there and made the play on the bump for Nebraska.
As Tom's River shortstop Todd Frazier goes, so goes his team.
We're just a great team. We just came out here to have fun, and we won. Thank God for that.
Here is Todd Frazier. Hit deep for Frazier to left field. He's done it again. Now he can close it down. It's over. Tom's River, New Jersey. Todd Frazier, a hero all week long.
Yeah, it's become a running joke. You mentioned Tom's River. You're bound to hear about Little League and Todd Frazier. It is a wonderful story. New Jersey in action, and it's time for today's family interview brought to you by Greenlight. Here's Sebastian.
Yeah, guys, we got Carson's Uncle Todd, Dad Charlie here. No offense, we got to start with that. We got to start with that. So, hey, give me that emotion, right? You're here. I know it's a regular for your family, but you're here to watch your son play. What's that feel like?
It's the best feeling in the world. I'm so happy. You know, I got to watch my brothers Jeff and Todd play, and just seeing my son out there, it's just a great experience. And the crowd here from Tom's River, it's unbelievable. So it's great support, a lot of green here, and you know, happy to see everybody.
Emotionally, what's the difference between watching your brothers play and watching your kid play?
This one's a little more tougher. I mean, during the home run derby with me and Todd, I mean, I was nervous a big time, but this one is off the charts. But you know, I'm so happy for him, and hopefully we can pull this on.
Hey, this is a special place for you to see your nephew out here doing what you did. I mean, what's that like?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, we're watching now. Surreal. More, like you said, more nerve-wracking, tougher to watch. The highs and lows are a little different, but just getting here is unbelievable, and representing Tom's River and his family is awesome.
Yeah, speaking of representing the crowd here, man, y'all brought a crowd. This is the best atmosphere we've had yet so far.
250 people. I think we got 255 maybe. I don't know. But yeah, we represent well down there, and we love our Little League for sure.
You got any explanation for this? Like, what's in the water in Tom's River that y'all should go to baseball?
Water, you know, the workouts. I have no clue. We got kids that just love playing the game of baseball, and we teach them the right way. That's it.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the time. Enjoy the rest of the way. Back up to you guys.
All right. I mean, what a baseball family it is, X.
Yeah, you think about how much athletic ability is just running through those genes. That's got to be amazing. But the one thing I took away there was, and Todd said it, just the ability for them to get there. I mean, that's got to be one of the biggest accomplishments that they'll have at this young age, and they have to take a lot of pride in just that.
Peyton Drake flew out to right, and now Owen Ablett in his second trip. He singles to left here in the second.
And I think about it too, there's still a lot of guys that I still keep in contact with from my Little League, and this is a bond that you'll never forget, especially getting to Williamsport. Look at that swing right there, going the opposite field. Left center. Love how he kept the head down on that baseball, kept the hands going all the way through the zone. Didn't pull it off, stayed right through it.
And a wry smile over there. He knows he had a good cut. So a one-out base runner for Hastings, Nebraska, leading New Jersey 2-0. And now Ablett takes off on a pitch in the dirt.
And Ablett read this ball early in the dirt. As a base runner, first base, second base, doesn't matter where you are, you have to read down angle from the pitcher's arm as soon as possible. If you're able to see it hit the ground and then make a quick decision, you'll get to second every time.
Coaches and players use that term a lot, down angle. For those out there who haven't heard it before, what's that mean?
Yeah, down angle means you see that ball out of the pitcher's hand is not going to make it to the catcher's glove because of the down angle that it is on. You can tell it's going to bounce before it gets to home plate. That's why you're able to make a decision early. And even if the catcher does secure it off the bounce, it's still going to be tough for him to make that transfer to his throwing arm and then throw you out at second base.
And so Ablett moved up in front of Cohen Rader at the infield single and scored a run back in the first inning. And Cole Garrison powers back into a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Garrison's done a very nice job attacking. First inning, he threw 6 of 8 first pitch strikes. And he strikes out Rader here.
Yeah, a couple of high pitches to get Rader. 2 strikes, goes up in the zone. Tough pitch to get to.
Elevated fastballs at any level, right, X? It's going to be tough.
Yeah, especially as hard as pitchers are throwing, they continue to throw harder and harder. That ball up in the zone is always going to be tough to get in the barrel on top.
So Garrison's got 2 down, and now Hunter Nepple plugs the gap in right center field. Ablett scores from second on a run-scoring double for Nebraska.
And Nepple, recognizing this pitch on the outer half, gets the barrel out in front, but still is able to stay through with the barrel all the way. We get the toe tap, leg up, head down, smashes that ball to right center. And then he's on his horse because he knows it's in the gap. He's got to get to second base and get himself in scoring position for Brown.
Hey, calling a substitute runner. Will you make a phone call for me?
And the Nebraska faithful love it.
Special pitch runner.
You can hear Dustin Rader, the Hastings, Nebraska manager, calling on a pinch runner here. Now, we told you they only have 10 players, so there's not a lot of options. That's Caleb Reiners.
Right there. Peyton Drake.
Your attention, please, for the Midwest special pitch runner, second base number 10, Caleb Reiners.
And a new first base coach. Told you this Nebraska team, they are digging their heels into that underdog role, and they've got the 3-run lead against Toms River, New Jersey, with all the history.
And I always thought it was good when a player coached first base too, because you can see a little bit more of what you should be doing on the base pass. You know, sometimes when you're in the dugout, especially at that young age, you may not be paying full attention. But with you coaching first base, that makes you focus on those little details of base running.
Great read here by Reiners to advance to third.
Really scaring them.
And getting to third base is so, I feel like it's even more important in Little League because of a lot of pass balls that happen sometimes. With these guys throwing so hard, it's tough for the catchers to catch all of those pitches.
Great stop there by Verderosa.
Yeah, Verderosa extending his whole body to get out there and save a run. He's working hard back there. And that's always big for the pitcher, too. You build more confidence in being able to throw pitches a little bit out of the strike zone, try to get a swing and miss.
With Owen Brown, the batter. 2-2 on Brown. He's a catcher as well. He looks up to Salvador Perez and the Royals, his favorite player, his favorite team, and you got a couple catchers here who are really talented. Cole Garrison's 2-2 is outside.
catcher was the one position I didn't want to play, like, especially 11, 12 years old. I didn't want to take a beating back there whatsoever. Those guys get beat up, and they wear it all the time.
So you already mentioned MLB The Show, the toughness rating a little bit low. Cut on and miss. Garrison comes back with his second strikeout of the inning, and he limits the damage. But Nebraska adds on. They're up 3-0 after 2.
Let's go, big dog. Have a day, right? Nobody better than you.
Let's get her, Steve. Get her. Make the turn, make the turn. Great way to start.
Oh, big boy. Come on, nobody better. Let's go.
Boy, you gotta love that. Nobody better to instill confidence with words like that for Steven Mulatto, who had the single to start this ball game. The nickname is Turtle. He said his special talent is doing the worm, so naturally the follow-up question was, what other dance moves might we see? And he said he might break out the Carlton.
I love that, man. Might have to make a TikTok with him a little bit later on today or something.
Yeah, maybe pull it out during the game. With assistant coach Patty Matera giving the words of encouragement for Toms River, New Jersey. Down 3-0 against Nebraska, and New Jersey batting here in the third.
Nepple, he's still popping that glove over there. That fastball just continuing to come out of his arm socket hard.
Guy who, in the Midwest Regional in the first game for Nebraska there, a 1-0 win over North Dakota. Nepple threw a one-hit shutout. Mulatto pops this one up. McCoy backpedals and makes the catch.
Nice job of McCoy staying with this one. Those fly balls can never be easy, especially if they're shot that high in the air. Get another look here. Mulatto just gets under it. Good swing, but right underneath that thing, McCoy backpedals a little bit. Does a nice job reaching to go get it. It's tough to do, but if you can get your body to the side and make sure you run into the spot instead of having to backpedal to that ball, that's going to help you a little bit more and help you stop from your eyes moving a little bit too much while you're trying to track that ball coming down.
A little flare at the end. A Nebraska team that had their share of diving catches on the road to Williamsport. One down for Joey DeMeo, and a ball and a strike.
A nice job of blocking back there by Brown. These guys working so hard, and I know it can't be easy. I have a 10-year-old nephew by the name of Easton Hernandez who catches, and I see him doing his blocking drills and all the things that they have to do to get ready. He does an amazing job as well, so I know it's not easy being prepared to do all of those things.
The 1-2. This one, no one was going to stop.
And we saw Tim Corbin earlier in the last game. He actually coached my nephew's father, who would be my brother-in-law, Brian Hernandez, at Vanderbilt. So I have a relationship with Tim Corbin as well.
They coach him up very well there.
Yeah. Easton Hernandez will be looking to be in the class of 2030.
A little recruiting plug.
Yeah.
Hunter Nepple on the bump, facing Joey DeMeo, and the 3-2 is fouled off. This is some star power in this matchup, pitcher and hitter.
And I think these are the matchups we get to look forward to, is, you know, power on power. If you connect with one of these balls, it's going to go.
This is ripped into center. Joey DeMeo's got a hard hit single here in the third for New Jersey.
And DeMeo just cut down the swing a little bit. You know, he didn't take such a big cut. He shortened it up, went to right field with it. Get another look here. This is that straight heat two-seam running in on him. Keeps the hands inside, drives it the other way. Nice piece of hitting.
So he's on for Carson Frazier. Todd's nephew, Charlie's son. Now another one of their brothers, Jeff, also reached Williamsport. We got Fraziers all over the place in the history of this great venue.
We talked about the support. You know, Todd mentioned they might have 255 people here. They might have went above the capacity. But it's awesome to see that support on both sides. And, you know, the family plays such a big part in these kids getting here, being here, affording the opportunity to spend their summer playing. You know, they sacrifice a lot just to be here.
Nepple strikes out Frazier, and there's 2 down. Yeah, again, the cutoff per team. You saw the team pass on Charlie Frazier's lanyard. You get 250. And you eat up when you are in the building.
A lot of ice cream going around here.
DeMeo takes off and advances 60 feet.
And that's important for DeMeo to do. He's able to read that ball in the dirt immediately and got himself in a scoring position. We know New Jersey doesn't have any runs right now, so anything they can do to get a little bit of edge, get themselves an opportunity for a run is going to be big.
And with 2 outs, New Jersey's catcher, Jason Verderosa, trying to bring in DeMeo. On the ground, hard to short, but Cohen Rader is a vacuum. And he throws out Verderosa. 3 shutout innings on the bump for Hunter Nebraska, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, right here on ESPN, a special Kids Cast edition over on ESPN2, and the coverage right here on ESPN and the app starts at 6 Eastern with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. And boy, it should be a whole lot of fun. How many guys, X, did we see who said Shohei Ohtani, favorite player?
A lot of them are going to be happy to see Shohei Ohtani. That's for I'm going to be happy to see Shohei Ohtani.
He has been such a revelation. The favorite player of so many of these youngsters from the 16 different teams that we've got assembled in Williamsport.
Well, if you think about it, too, it makes sense because a lot of these guys pitch and hit, you know, being athletic enough. You see what Garrison's done here in the regional. Only 2 runs allowed in 11 innings pitched. Tonight he's given up 3, but he's still done a nice job of locating in the zone and giving his team a chance to play defense.
Which Stephen Mulatto does, retiring Jude McCoy for the first out in the home half of the 3rd.
And Mulatto, a guy that even throughout the regional, I got such a great opportunity to see. There's no anxiousness out of him over at 3rd base. A lot of times at the hot corner, you'll see guys, you know, react in a certain way to where it almost doesn't look smooth. This kid is so smooth over there at 3rd. He looks like he can play short, second, doesn't matter where you put this kid. He's got such good hands over there.
Range to his left that time, but Ben Wibbles got it by them in the left field, and a 1-out single for Nebraska's 3rd baseman.
Credit Wibbles for, you know, off-speed pitch, staying with it, finding a way to get barrel on it. Even gets dapped up by the first baseman Roma for getting that one through there.
You gotta love it. The sportsmanship you always see here at the Little League World Series. All right, so here's Jude Johnson trying to bunt. They throw back to first, and they get Wibbles. We lost a cleat in the process.
Only at the Little League World Series. We get another look at this. Verderosa, no hesitation, immediate snap throw over to first base. As soon as he sees Wibbles taking a little bit too much, we see the shoe get caught. The cleat goes flying. And pick up that cleat, because that's new. That is a new pair of cleats you just got for coming to the Little League World Series.
Do kids still call it a flat tire when something like that happens? You step on the back of someone's shoe in the hallway?
I don't know. We're going to have to ask him.
He's got some big spikes over there.
Yeah, what size my man wear? Size 12?
And like any good first baseman, he can chat a good bit as well. Dominic Roma. Comes the 0-2 to Jude Johnson, and he stays alive.
Roma, he's been talking the whole time over there. No, he loves to chat.
He is celebrating his catcher, making the play, I think, maybe off the ricochet there. He's feeling good. Still talking about the cleat. 0-2 again. On the ground, left side. DeMeo to a slide. And no throw. All right, let's go back down to Sebastian Salazar.
X, was it you earlier in the show that was saying you like to stay away from catching duties? Is that what I heard when you were younger? Okay, so I was talking to Jason here, number 23's dad, also named Jason. I said, you know, what's up? Like, how do you end up playing catcher? He says he just loves defense. So the kid plays soccer, he's a goalie. He plays basketball, he's a rim protector. And he also told me this. He said, you know what? My son just likes the hard work. So, X, what's up? We don't like hard work? What happened? ¿Qué pasó?
The man is silent. A comebacker. Cole Garrison takes care of it and retires Braden Dyer.
Man, I want you to check out this first. This play over here at first base again. Great snap throw by Verderosa from the catching position. But check out my man Roma, puts a perfect tag, but the shoe goes flying. His shoe absolutely goes flying. What a play over there at first base.
Welcome back to the Little League World Series on ESPN, presented by T-Mobile. Alongside the catching averse, Xavier Scruggs with Sebastian Salazar, Mike Monaco, our entire crew with you from Volunteer Stadium, one of the two great venues here in Williamsport, PA. And if you can't get in, that is a good alternative.
That's awesome. Find a way. Doesn't matter. Just find a way.
Limited attendance, obviously, this year. That was announced a few weeks ago. And the general public not able to come in. But still, there's just such a buzz, even having this event, and no matter how many come in.
Yeah, just being around this atmosphere has to be special, no matter how far you have to be watching the game. This is awesome.
Cole Garrison grounds it to second. And Jude McCoy takes care of it. And the first out for Hunter Nepple here in the top of the fourth.
McCoy's pump. You know how important every single out is here. He did a nice job of securing that with two hands. Does a nice job of funneling it to the chest and making a strong throw over to first base. It's a nice job. Check out Hunter Nepple's numbers today. 5 Ks and 3 1/3. No runs, only 2 hits, 1 walk. He's done such a good job of attacking the strike zone, trying to get weak contact early, but then if he gets to 2 strikes, he's putting them away.
Again, if you haven't been with us throughout, he is 6 feet tall. That is tied for the tallest player here. These are a couple of teams that are both very sizable. On average, the 2 tallest teams we have of all 16 here. Chris Tenero down the left field line, a long run and a great effort out there in left field by Caleb Reiners.
Yeah, Reiners, he went pretty far to foul territory to try to catch this ball. Give him credit for ranging that far, because that is definitely not easy to do. I'm still catching my breath out there if I'm him.
We got a lot of steps to walk here in Williamsport. Tenero on the ground to short. Cohen Rader. That sidearm sling and a couple of ground ball outs for Hunter Nepple.
We talked about this defensive play of not just Nebraska, but a lot of these teams here. So defensively sound. It's something that you tell they take a lot of pride in, whether it be infield, outfield, whether it be just taking ground balls before the game. It's an amazing job they do.
Run prevention, that is what they do very well. And they did that throughout the region tournament as well. Hastings, Nebraska on this journey to get here. Before the championship game, the first 4 games they played there in Whitestown, Indiana, because Patty Matera made a nice pick over there. He still does have it indeed. They played a bunch of close games, never more than 3 runs combined in any of the games for Nebraska leading into that championship on Saturday.
Mike, you know that's a great sign. If you're a team that can win a lot of those close games, you'll find yourselves in a lot of positions to win moving forward, and it's going to be especially needed in this tournament right now.
The batter for New Jersey is Adrian Bellotti, batting for the first time in the 7th spot in the lineup. And the 0-2. Good take by Bellotti.
And that's a waste of pitch there, right there for Neppel, but we'll see him get right back in the zone. So one great thing about him is he doesn't waste a lot of pitches. He gets right back in there. We'll see how many strikes he's thrown. 46 strikes. And to only 20 balls.
And again, at this level, there are pitch limits that you need to worry about for all the guys here. 85 is the limit, and then based on how many pitches you throw in a day, that corresponds to certain days of rest that you need as well. 3-2 to Bellotti. Swung on and missed. Boy, how about Neppel just rearing back, piling up the strikeouts in a 1-2-3.
Ready to go. We will beat these guys with attitude, with effort. We will outcompete them. This is a memory. This is where we started. This is also a new chapter.
Hey, just because it's not a strike don't mean it's a bad pitch. Keep doing what you're doing. Be active, be ready. Stay aggressive, hit strikes. Hey, our last 2 days have been the best 2 we've ever had in the cage. Let's stay riding high. I think that was a really good play. Whether he was safe or out, but I got to take a look at it just out of respect for my guys.
You want to challenge it?
I have to.
I thought you were safe.
That's fine. Okay. Yep. Thank you.
How about the honesty there? Hey, I got to take a look at that one. And also Dustin Rader, the Hastings, Nebraska manager, he's had a little Dontrell Ruiz rocket here. He's had the hat askew a bit.
Hat to the side.
Got 1.5. Here we go.
Bringing some swag to the team. But love the confidence, motivation he brings to his players. I mean, that's such a big part of it. And I think when you're looking at a Little League coach, that's got to be some of the great attributes that you see in some of these coaches.
The 40-year-old manager has his team up 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th against New Jersey, and Nebraska batting with 9-1-2. Caleb Reiners is the batter for the first time, and it's 2-0. He likes his brisket, and he wants to be an ESPN broadcaster someday.
You better watch out.
Or you. Or we go 3 wide.
Or we go 3 deep, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, too. If Tim is here, we would be good with 4.
Shots fired over the headset from producer Scott Gustafson. There's a strike, and it's 3-1 on Reiners. A reminder, too, of the strike zone at this level. A little bit different if you're just used to Major League Baseball. Batter's armpits to the top of the knees when the batter is in a natural stance. Full count.
Well, the one thing I loved about Garrison, too, is, 3 runs. Obviously, his team is down, but he's still doing a nice job of making sure he's throwing strikes, Only at 51 pitches right now. You can tell that he's continuing to attack the zone. He's only got 1 walk today. Really locating all of his pitches well.
Guy who had a couple of big performances. That one fouled off at the plate. In the regional for New Jersey, first game against Delaware a couple of Sundays ago. 5 innings of shutout ball with 10 strikeouts in a combined shutout performance by the pitching staff. And then 5 days later in the clinching win over Delaware again, a complete game for him. And he gets a strikeout here for the first out in the bottom of the 4th.
You see, he knows how to climb the ladder right there. Nice job of putting him away.
Let's go down to Sebastian.
Well, guys, I wouldn't have imagined this, but apparently like 10, 11, 12-year-olds can get stressed, right? This can be a very stressful experience when you add up the state tournament, the regional tournament, and then getting here to the Little League World Series in Williamsport. So you can take the boys out of Nebraska, but it turns out you cannot take the Nebraska out of the boys. During the regionals, they were holed up in their hotel. They needed to get out, needed some fresh air, so what did the parents do? The parents went out, bought 10 or 15 reels, and the boys went fishing. Now, they just found a pond, right behind the hotel. I said, oh, did they catch anything? Mom said, oh, yeah, they caught a lot of bluegill. I said, oh, can you eat that? And they just laughed at me. Apparently, a bluegill is a very small fish, which you cannot eat. I'm a total city slicker.
Makes 2 of us, X. Any fishing?
No, you will not catch me with the fishing pole.
Send all your bluegill to Sebastian.
They shouldn't have told Sebastian you couldn't eat it and just gave him one that's cooked up on the grill. That's what they should have did.
Coming soon to a segment near you with Sebastian Salazar and Julie Foudy. Good swing by Owen Ablett the opposite way, and he's got his second hit in as many trips.
It's not an easy pitch to get to. Talk so much about this fastball up in the zone nowadays. Ablett does a nice job. That was an off-speed pitch, but still stayed with it. See him step, pitch up around his neck. He's able to line it the other way. That's a great piece of hitting right there, staying with that pitch.
Couple opposite field swings for Ablett batting in front of Rader. Nebraska got 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Ball and a strike. Rader's favorite memory of this summer was beating South Dakota in the regional championship game. He said they came out focused, and he also said that they had heard that some folks were not giving this Nebraska team much of a chance to take down South Dakota. The runner advances to second there.
It always gives you a little extra motivation. You know, if considered the underdog or somebody doesn't expect you to do well, you know, let's go out and prove some people wrong. It doesn't matter what level you're at, whether it be Little League to the majors. Proving somebody wrong is always fun to do.
Rader blasts this one to the base of the wall in left center. And Nebraska adds on. It is 4-0. And Hastings, Nebraska has announced its presence in Williamsport.
Nice job of Rader. See the pitch here. Deliver fastball down in the zone. Barrel gets up underneath it. And that ball's backspun to center field. Almost had a chance of going out. Looks like it hit the base of the wall there. Middle in, head down on the baseball. Follow through perfect. Get on your horse to second.
Now first pitch swinging for Hunter Nepple in the center. They wave Rader, the relay to the plate. Safe. It is 5-0 Nebraska.
And Rader getting the crowd pumped up over there on the Nebraska side. What a swing by Nepple. This kid continues to show us the juice he has. That's a line drive right back up the middle. Rader does a nice job of rounding third and getting himself to home. Tack on another run for Nebraska.
can you have a better day than Hunter Nepple? 4 shutout on the bump so far, and then you see what he's done hitting as well.
But this dude, he hits líneas.
Yeah. Ball and a strike on Owen Brown out of the cleanup spot. And now 2-1 on the Nebraska catcher.
I just love even Brown's take on that fastball away. You know, still trying to figure out, okay, I don't have to go get this ball, right? I can take a soft landing and let that ball get a little bit deeper. I can see it deeper. These guys aren't lunging to go get the ball. They all have solid approaches at the plate. That's what I've noticed about Nebraska is they know how to work the count, they know how to get a pitch up in the zone, and they know how to drive it.
Poise, approach, comfort, all of that factors into it.
Absolutely. And I think that's what helps you get to these counts 3-1, you know, with an opportunity with the man on base.
The 3-1 pitch. And a 5-pitch walk. Nice job by Owen Brown working that here in the 4th.
So you guys mentioned a good day that Hunter Nepple's having. I was just talking to his parents. So Dad Jason is a farmer. He said it's the first time in his life that he's ever been nervous watching his son pitch. Told me he's, like you guys always say, a multi-sport athlete, right? Baseball, basketball. So which is the favorite? He says, well, it depends what season it is. Now, I talked to Mom as well, because you got to get both perspectives here. And Shannon told me, you know what my son is? He's an old soul. What does that mean? You got to give me an example. She said, it's the music. So during the pandemic, they would go on long drives together. All they would listen to was 80s and 90s music. His favorite, and he's got to be the only kid in the tournament with this band, is his favorite group, AC/DC. Wow, man.
That's awesome. And the nerves popping up for the first time for Jason, the farmer. His son is having quite a day. Pitch and change, we step aside. Our first NFL preseason game has the Chiefs taking on the Cardinals tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. One app, one tap. Steve Levy, Brian Greasy, Louis Riddick, they have the call. Lisa Salters down on the field as always, and our coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific with a special edition of Monday Night Countdown. New Jersey goes to the pen, and that is Joey DeMayo. His manager, Paul Micah, said he is the best 12-year-old baseball player in the country. He's really talented.
Definitely a high praise for him. And like I mentioned, I got an opportunity to see him in the regional. Just an amazing athlete, so versatile on the field. Obviously, he can go from short to pitch, but does a great job handling the bat as well.
Well, how about this work with the bat? Jude McCoy with a flare on a check swing into right. He is aboard for the second time, and he's got his first hit here in Williamsport.
McCoy is so excited over there. He doesn't know what to do, but, you know, being aggressive, continuing to do the same thing. It doesn't matter what pitcher is in now, sticking with that same approach. Let's be aggressive early in the count. McCoy just continuing doing what everybody else is doing.
So bases loaded here for Hastings, Nebraska, up 5-0 in the 4th against Toms River, New Jersey. And the batter here is Ben Wibbles, who's been aboard a couple of times. That's outside from DeMayo.
See the infield in here. They'll try to cut down the run at home. Can't really afford to let Nebraska score any more runs, especially with them having none on the board. So trying to cut down runs is going to be important here.
Against a batter in Wibbles, who his manager Dustin Rader says Ben Wibbles eats baseballs for breakfast. He's thinking about baseball every waking moment.
1-2.
Comes DeMayo's 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Big punch out for DeMayo here in the 4th.
I could probably eat baseballs for breakfast. You put a little Chick-fil-A sauce on it, I'd be good to go. Check out this strikeout here. paints away, just a perfectly placed pitch. Nice job of DeMeo locating on that outer half.
Big second out. Second batter DeMeo saw since coming in. And now it brings up Jude Johnson, a guy who back in Nebraska is a legend for the incredible catch that he made to clinch a spot here for his team in a 2-1 win over Iowa. Takes ball one.
Good spot by DeMeo right there.
Game tying run was out there for Iowa on second, couple outs. This was about a week ago. And Jude made the play out there. The video, last check, it's like 200,000 views. Everyone's talking about it back in Nebraska. The quarterback of the Huskers, Adrian Martinez, big league pitcher, Nebraska native Jake Diekman. Bases loaded, the 2-0. There's a strike from DeMeo.
And I feel like that's usually a goal of a younger kid, you know, on social media, to try to go viral.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if you go viral, that's got to be a good thing, especially if you're making a catch like that.
Royalty now. Dustin Rader, the manager, said it couldn't have happened to a better kid in Jude Johnson. 2 outs. Again, loaded up here in the fourth, the 2-2. Pop foul back in our direction.
Staying alive here is Johnson. And that's one of the big things you need to do, too, especially with runners on base, is trying to find a way to stay alive, see if a pitcher will make a mistake and put it in play.
Instead, DeMeo comes back with some paint, and back-to-back backwards Ks for DeMeo in and relief for New Jersey.
Hunter Nepple, he got some quick outs, so I want to take you guys back and show you what he was doing. This fastball up in the zone was getting by guys. He's got the two-seamer working outside on the plate, and then he'll run it in on guys' hands as well. Did such a great job of commanding both sides of the plate. Look at that two-seam running in. That thing has some late life. My man with that movement, Hunter Nepple.
He was working. He is done for the day by choice here for Nebraska, because check out this. So he's had 68 pitches. So he's already over that threshold where the day's rest required is determined. You're allowed up to 85 in a day for this age 11 and 12-year-olds.
Yeah, he did a nice job of using those pitches efficiently and able to get his team to this point here where they're still up 5-0.
And again, depending on where the at-bat finished, you saw at the bottom of that note, that determines the threshold. So you are allowed to continue on and finish. So Cohen Rader now toeing the slab for Nebraska against 8-9-1 for New Jersey. Looking to get on the board here in these last couple of innings.
And if you're Nebraska, you know, don't think about if you're New Jersey, don't think about 5 runs. You got to think about, let's find a way to get guys on base. Make sure we're getting guys on base and doing it in a way to, whether it be singles, whether it be walks, however you can get the guys on there is going to be extremely important. Don't think about the big swing. Don't think about putting too much pressure on yourself to get on base. Just do what you can, work good counts, and if you get a good pitch or a mistake, put it in play.
Max Micah almost blooped one in. And now good take by him on a pitch with a lot of movement to it.
It's a good spot there. Good take by Micah. And this is what I mean here too, trying to work counts, foul some pitches off. If it affords you an opportunity to see more mistakes. The deeper in the count you get, sometimes the pitcher throws more of those mistake pitches and you can take advantage.
Mike is battling, but Raiders got a strikeout against the first batter he sees.
So we just saw Max Micah right there. Of course, his dad, the manager, his mom, Jennifer, in the stands. I was asking Jennifer, you know, what's tougher, being a manager's wife or one of the players' moms? She said way more stressful being the manager's wife. But she told me about her son. He's as cool as ice. I said, okay, if you're going to say that your son is as cool as ice, you've got to give me an example of it. So here's the example, right? He's 8 years old. He's rounding third. And as he's pumping his fist furiously, he knocks a tooth out. My man catches the tooth midair, gets to third, hands it to the third base coach, and ever since then, his nickname, the Magic Tooth.
The example lived up to it.
We gotta get some video of that. I wish that there was video of that. That would be amazing to see.
You got all your teeth? Figured that's like a checklist item for us. After hearing that.
You know he had to be fist pumping pretty hard to knock out one of his own teeth.
He was batting in front of Dominic Sabatino, who's batting for the first time, the 12-year-old who looks up to his brother, Bobby, a few years older. He says that's his favorite baseball player.
I think the only time I lost a tooth on the baseball field was eating a Laffy Taffy during the middle of the game. I think it got stuck on one of my loose teeth and it pulled out. I remember that. But I think I was told that that's a way that you can pull it out if it's loose. You know, when you're that young.
Doctor prescribed. Sabatino strikes out swinging against Raiders, pumping gas here on in relief.
Greenlight is more than a debit card. It's a time saver, a teacher, a safety net. It's how millions of kids and teens learn about money every day and invest for the long term. Greenlight. It's the money app for families.
So he's got a couple of outs, and now back to the top of this Toms River, New Jersey lineup for Steven Mulatto. We got to get a heart rate reading on this guy. He has been unfazed. And he rips one into left, and that'll go all the way to the wall. A two-out rocket from Mulatto, and he ends up at third.
You mentioned getting a heart rate reading on him, and we saw his grandfather a little earlier today, and he mentioned he's just calm, cool, and collected. Gets the barrel out in front of that one, drives it out there to left, and with the speed of Mulatto, he's gonna get to third on something that gets to the fence. You see the triple celly, and now he's on third with 2 outs.
So let's see what New Jersey can do here. They've got 4 outs offensively remaining with which to work, and Joey DeMeo, the batter, as this one goes to the backstop, and New Jersey's on the board.
And that's all they're looking for, just a little bit of momentum, something to carry them through the rest of this game, using the outs that they have, getting guys on base, finding a way to get them in. Mulatto does a great job of scratching that first run for New Jersey. His speed coming up big there in this inning.
This one is dumped into center. DeMeo is up. And a 2-out rally.
DeMeo, a nice job, 2-0. Not his best swing, but we talk so much about just putting the ball in play. Good things will happen. He's keeping it going with 2 outs.
Dustin Rader is going to come out here and chat with his son, the pitcher, and the rest of the infield.
Keep shooting strikes, guys. How many outs we got? 2. This is a really important time here. Remember we talked about it. These guys will not give up, okay? They will not give up. I promise you. Neither will we. This is where we bear down and show them what we're made of, okay? Keep doing what you're doing. Keep throwing strikes. Relax, breathe a little bit, have a little fun. Okay? Hey.
Ready, 1, 2,
Hey.
1, 2.
Keep doing what you're doing. Here we go.
I don't know, X, if there's anything that activates a crowd at a Little League ball game like a 2-out rally.
Get your rally cap on, especially this late in the game.
Raider trying to dig deep as he comes home with ball 1 to Carson Frazier out of the 3 spot, the center fielder for New Jersey. A roller back to Raider. He stabs it and retires Frazier, and the inning is over. So Raider gets out of trouble. New Jersey gets a run in the 5th.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Williamsport at Volunteer Stadium. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning with Nebraska from Hastings leading Toms River, New Jersey 5-1 in what is the 3rd game of the day. We still have another to come up at Lamade Stadium. Xavier Scruggs, Mike Monaco, Sebastian Salazar out with all the parents roaming around here at this great venue in the 2021 Little League World Series.
And Nebraska putting a run up in the top of the, New Jersey putting a run up in the top of the 5th, getting the crowd a little bit more into this one. We've seen the atmosphere pump up a little bit. This one is far from over, Mike.
Nebraska batting with 8-9-1, and here is the 4'10" Braden Dyer, who got hit by a pitch in the regional championship game on his right elbow. And we told you it's a pretty short-handed Nebraska team. They only have 10 players. He came up to hit his next time, and he would be bunting with just one arm. And he dropped down in absolute beauty doing so.
Sometimes you think you've seen it all until you watch another baseball game.
He just barely got thrown out, dropped it down the 3rd base line. On the 5th pitch he saw going up there with one arm.
I mean, that tells you something about him, too. The way he can handle the bat, the confidence he has just to use one arm and lay down a perfect bunt.
He squares and pulls back 2-2. So the next half inning, he was playing left field. Fielded a ground ball that got hit to him, and the shortstop had to run out and take the ball out of Braden's glove. But he soldiered on. He stays alive here.
Yeah, that's a good cut there, too. Showing the bunt, pulling it back, taking a cut. Don't see that too often nowadays, but being able to slash, go ahead and do it, young fella.
The guy they call Beehive. 2-2. And DeMeo gets a strikeout. There's one gone here in the home half of the 5th. Little League Sandlot Fun Days is a player-led, unstructured opportunity for local Little League programs to provide a fun, relaxed activity for baseball and softball players where, look, kids make the rules, they make the lineups, they make the calls. Give them the bats, the balls, the field, and just let them play. You can learn more today at littleleague.org/Sandlot Fun Days. So 3 straight strikeouts for Joey DeMeo since he came on in relief back in the 4th inning. And now Peyton Drake is getting ready to bat. Nebraska is sorting through some subs that might be looming.
Your attention, please. Now batting for the Midwest, number 17, Peyton Drake.
You can re-enter a game. That's the way substitutions work. You can come back in the same position in the batting order as long as mandatory play, as they call it, has been satisfied. So Drake will bat again like he did back in the second when he flew out to right field. They call him the Big Show. He's got a smile a mile wide, according to his manager, Dustin Rader.
It's always great to have one of those kids on your team that's, you know, no matter the situation, always smiling, always enjoying the moment. Got to have those types of players on your team. You can't always have the serious guy all the time, you know? Someone's got to keep it loose.
Something tells me you didn't lack for energy and excitement out there.
Oh, you know, I was always having a good time. I could have been 0 for 4 with 3 Ks, still having a good time out there.
Just pounding Laffy Taffy. Drake on the ground to second. Max Micah secures it, and there's 2 down.
I was always a Laffy Taffy, but also Sour Patch Kids. We talked about Big League Chew. That was a big one for me. Because the Big League Chew, if you chewed it for like a minute, the flavor was gone. So you had to go get another pack after that. So I'm looking back in the stands, Mom, let's run it back. Let's get another pack.
The concession stand at a Little League park and field, it gets a lot of run.
Good. And I haven't hit it here yet, but they better be looking. Yeah, they better be looking out for me, Mike.
Now, when I played Little League, like you, you're looking good.
Hey, those were the Dodgers. Look at the uni right there.
Not showing off the pearly whites because they all were defeated by the Laffy Taffy. Ball at a strike here on Owen Ablett. I was going to say, when I was playing Little League, the concession stand was also where they put up the roster for who made the all-star teams, the travel teams. So that was another reason why that was an important place to be.
Yes, yeah, that's where they always put it up there. That was a big hangout spot, that's for sure.
2-1 on Ablett. He's got a couple of hits his last 2 trips.
But back then, you could ask your mom or dad for a couple of dollars and be able to get a lot.
Yeah.
Now you got, Mom, Dad, can I get 20?
No change coming back to the parents.
No change.
3 balls and a strike. A deep breath for Joey DeMeo, and the 3-1. On the ground, right back to him. Nicely handled, and DeMeo navigates a 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th inning on the bump for New Jersey, who's got some work to do, down by 4, coming up in the 6th. Welcome back to the Little League World Series on ESPN, presented by T-Mobile. The 74th edition in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. This is the 3rd game on day 1. We go to the top of the 6th. Toms River, New Jersey. They have so much history here. They won the championship, most notably back in the 90s. And they trail with 3 outs left to work with, facing Hastings, Nebraska. Jason Verderosa is leading off for New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey just looking to chip away. Continue to be aggressive. Continue to fight. That's how you got here. It's a good little slider right there.
Yeah.
It's a good movement.
Cohen Raider on the bump for Nebraska. 2 balls and a strike. Remember, you've seen this Nebraska, or rather New Jersey team, come back before in regional action.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, it's happened before, and you think about how you fought to get here. That's how you take away that pressure. Think about all those moments that allowed you to be in this position. Think about how tough your team has been. They've shined in a lot of these moments. You know, it's easier said than done, but this is how you got an opportunity to get to Williamsport, by fighting all the way here.
3-1 pitch, and the leadoff man is on for New Jersey in the 6th.
It's a lot of taking a deep breath, trying to relax. That's going to help take that pressure off you a little bit. And even think about the moment you've been working so hard in the offseason.
Hey, coming up next on ESPN, we've got more Little League World Series. California and New Hampshire coming up at Lamade Stadium. And on the other side of things, what's the pressure like here for Nebraska, a team that has looked really loose throughout this game so far?
Yeah, you're just counting down the outs. What can I do to just get an out? You don't have to think about getting the double play right here. Just thinking about, okay, got to get 3 outs here, secure the baseball, don't make any mistakes.
What do you call a bear with no ears?
This is when those moments become that much more magnified. Playing solid defense. And Nebraska has done so throughout the course of this game.
A new runner at first for New Jersey. That's Cole Garrison, who was the starting pitcher, and a new batter as well in this 5 spot in the lineup, Jalen McLean. First pitch swinging into right. Jude Johnson comes on, and it drops down. Garrison sprints to third, and New Jersey's got him at the corners.
Yeah, it looked like a tough play for Johnson. Nice job of McLean hitting the ball deep enough. We get another look at this one here. Fastball down and away. McLean drives it out there to right field. Johnson doesn't get the best jump on it and just misplays it a little bit. But great base running by Garrison. Once he sees it down, makes that turn and gets himself over to third base.
And it brings up, for the first time, Tommy Intantola. Guy who didn't play all the regionals. He was a close contact for COVID, so he comes into a huge spot, and he comes up hacking, getting his first live AB in a while.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be the mentality, especially with runners on first and third, no outs, looking to drive a guy in. Got to be aggressive early.
Takes high, and it's 1-2.
And New Jersey has to look to continue to build off of this momentum that they have right now. Don't be passive, continue to be aggressive.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Got to get Rader back in the zone. Understand that there's pressure on him now.
Popped up. And Neppel handles that one.
Love the communication by Neppel. You heard him being loud. I got it, I got it. And I mentioned every out is so important right now. They're counting them down.
Neppel was the starting pitcher, and he was tremendous over 4 innings. For this Hastings team, the second ever squad from Nebraska to reach the Little League World Series. This is Dominic Roma with both cleats on.
Yeah, my man wears about a size 11 from what it looks like. If he happens to have any Jordans, we might have to be switching.
Takes the strike there. Todd Frazier and family have been locked in as Roma pops it up and Wibbles hangs on, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, Wibbles, nice job of staying with this thing. Using the feet, moving his feet while the ball's up in the air, not staying stagnant in one position, trying to reach. He used his feet to move to get underneath the baseball.
Brings up Max Micah, the last hope for New Jersey. This one goes to the backstop. Garrison comes in, and it's a 3-run game.
All right, Micah's just looking to continue to move the line along. Garrison, nice job of reading that to the backstop, making sure that he got in there for that second run for New Jersey.
Two-0 pitch. There's a strike from Raider.
And in this situation, a lot of times you have the guys taking the first pitch until they get a strike. And I think that's what we have here. Trying to get these guys on base first and foremost.
One strike away for Raider on the bump. His dad, Dustin, the manager.
With 2 strikes here, you don't want to waste a pitch. Go right after him.
3-2 pitch. A roller up along third. Wibble's throw to first is not in time. And the tying run is coming to the plate for New Jersey.
And that's all you ask for if you're New Jersey, to get a chance with the tying run up to the plate. Micah did a nice job of getting himself down the line. Slow roller to third base. He's busting it. He knows how important it is to get himself across first. He's clapping his hands. That's big for them.
Dustin Raider chatting with home plate umpire Brian Henry. And looks like they'll have another look here.
Yeah, this one was close. You have to credit Wibbles, coming in, charging to get that ball, getting rid of it as quick as he could, getting it over to first base, making a strong throw. Get another look here. Micah busted it. He's looking to see if that ball's in the glove yet. He knows he's safe. He's got the arms out, helping make the call for the umpire over there.
It sure looks like that's going to be confirmed.
That always helps. When you show the umpire that you're safe, that helps them with their call right there.
So tying run indeed coming to the plate. And what is turning into a thrilling finish after the game that preceded this one up at Lamedy went to extras. What a finish here. On the ground to short, Neppel takes care of it, and Nebraska wins 5-2 over New Jersey. 5-2 the final. Nebraska wins it. A reminder, up next, keep it right here. It is California and New Hampshire. For Xavier Scruggs, Sebastian Salazar, our entire crew, Mike Monaco, saying let's get you up to Ravi and company at Lamedy.